Manchester United defeat Aston Villa in the last game of the season, and we defeat them in a very huge and very good fashion, might I add. This was impressive to watch. I was so skeptical to actually watch this game because I knew it meant nothing. However, this is the first win that Manchester United are getting in 7 games. Do you get what I'm saying? Basically, with this win, Ruben Amorim has 7 wins in 27 games. That is mind-blowing of a stat to even think about. However, the way they played this game today, I'm asking myself, why don't you guys play the same way? Why don't you play the same way every single game? Because they played, especially in the first 40 minutes, they played Aston Villa out of the park. The Aston Villa could not touch the ball. They honestly could not hold a candle to what those boys were doing in that game in that first half. It was impressive. There was a diamond at every corner. There was a really good press that literally we saw Emi Martinez could not play out of the back. After the back, we saw pressure on Onana, and there was no way that he was going to pass forward. It was true magic. And you might say that Aston Villa just did not come to play. They were fighting for a Champions League spot, but their team just did not come to play. In that first half, we made every single one of them look. We made them look like they were the ones in 16th place and we were the ones fighting for Champions League. That's how well we played. So it's perplexing to me that we look at the rest of the season, a 38 game season, and we can put those kinds of performance back to back. Now that has me asking, is it because the season is over? Is it because you're playing without pressure? Is it because you are playing for money, or you're playing for the £3 million extra that you get by getting a higher position in the league? Are you playing because now you know that Ruben Amorim is staying and he has basically kicked out Garnacho and maybe Andre Onana, that you are actually playing for your lives at Manchester United? All those things are questions that I need to ask. But with all those questions, whatever the answer is, and whichever question is right, that is a problem that Manchester United are facing. Because these players playing in a non-pressure game and playing this well, you are not going to be receiving that at Manchester United. It is always going to be upon pressure. That's how it's going to be. And so we need to understand that there is going to be huge changes coming into this summer transfer window. And that is actually the best thing for me, because I am so glad that the 2024-2025 season is done. Because what a season, and what a bad season it was. It was truly a sense of, my God, we need to throw away this season. This season is the only season that Manchester United have not gotten one person in double digits in the goal column for the entire Premier League season. I know Bruno Fernandes has about 18 goals, but that is coupled with the fact of the Europa League. With the Premier League, Bruno has 8 goals and Amad Diallo has 8. That is it. The last time that no Manchester United player got double-digit goals was the last time that we got relegated. So these things have basically been showing their faces. This bad of a team have showed their faces, and it is good to just know that Ruben Amorim has the backing of Ineos. And of course, you also saw the statement that Manchester United put out that Bruno is probably going to stay this season. However, the player that was not going to stay scored the second goal, which is Eriksen. His season and his contract is running out, this June. And it is good to see that he gets a goal in his send-off game. And of course, the elephant in the room is Garnacho. We saw Garnacho come out after the final whistle and wave at the Stretford end. I believe this is the last time we are going to see Garnacho in a Manchester United jersey. However, I still think that he's going to be in the preseason unless something happens quicker than we expect. Because Ruben Amorim said that, hey, Garnacho is not in this game, but he's still a Manchester United player and he will be going to India for the preseason, I believe. But this situation is perplexing in my mind. I think Manchester United played really well today. We played ecstatic. I think this is the best I've seen us play in a team that is competitive and a team that is actually vying for a good position. It was so fluid. It was so good to watch. Bruno Fernandes doing his magic. Casemiro doing his magic. May I add, this is one of the most impressive seasons that I have seen of Casemiro. Because when Ruben Amorim came in, he was nowhere to be found. He was not playing. He was not wanted by Ruben. But he grew in. He kept on trying. He kept on working. And Ruben Amorim at the end saw him as definitely somebody that he needed to play in this season, in this team. And I know it might not be a situation where he's here next season, but I have to give Onk credit because a lot of people would have thrown their toys down and just not want to play, gaining the money and basically just riding off in the sunset. However, Casemiro is not that. He's a talented player. He's a player that puts a lot of passion, and we saw him work really hard to get back into the team, and that is what he did. And then you look at the team. Aiden Heaven leaves with a knock. It is quite sad, but we can see how good he is. Harry Maguire, a really good player that we have seen this season. He's definitely part of the leaders of that team. Now, does he stay? I don't think so. A really good showing from Lindelof also. It's a really good sign that he is still a player there for him to go into a different part of his career and go somewhere else where he actually gets to enjoy his football and play regularly. Of course, Amad Diallo is definitely somebody that we need to talk about. Amad is a reason why this season is not utter disaster. We have seen that there is a superstar in Amad Diallo, and that is what we're looking forward to this coming season that is approaching. I don't know where his best position in this system is, but I know for a fact that he is so effective in that wing-back position, and in that case, I think we might just have to be playing him there and just have Amad sit in that wing-back position and have somebody new coming to play the number 10 position. Of course, I know Cunha is coming in, but we need more than one. We need 2, 3. The question still remains, where does Kobe Mainoo play in this system? I still believe that 10 position right in front of the 18-yard box of the opponent will do him justice, but it just does not seem like he fits very well in this team. However, this has been a really bad season, and I cannot just wait to put it away. I hate the way the season went. I hate the way we came out of the season. I hate our position in the season. It was just all about border dash, rubbish throughout this season. However, it is completed and we can look forward to getting better next season. Let me know what you guys think about this. Hit that subscribe button and then I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.